We drafted the most conservative bills in history.
One of Kay Granger's final House floor debates in March.
I urge my colleagues to support this bill, and I reserve the balance of my time.
Since July, she missed every roll call vote, 126 in all.
Kay Granger has served our state and North Texas honorably with tremendous tenacity.
Matt Mackowiak is a Republican strategist. He knows neither party has a corner on aging politicians. Granger is 81. She announced she was not running for re-election back in 2023, but only admitted to health challenges after a conservative website said she's living at a Fort Worth facility that provides memory care. Her staff denies she is in memory care.
I think the question is going to be, what responsibility do staffers in offices and does a member of Congress themselves have to be truthful and out front on their health issues?
87% of Americans want to limit the number of terms a member of Congress can serve. That's according to a 2023 Pew Research Center survey. It also found 79% support an age limit for elected officials in D.C. But in reality, the longer someone serves, the more powerful they become.
Seniority is what makes Washington work. You don't get anywhere with term limits in Washington. You get somewhere by staying forever.
The American public might want youth, but the American political machine doesn't.
So here's an interesting point, Chris. Texas voters have actually had a say in this. The state does have a mandatory retirement age for elected judges. They can't run for re-election once they hit 75 years old. In 2023, voters rejected a constitutional amendment that would have raised that age to 79. And because that failed, the Chief Justice on the state Supreme Court could not run for re-election just this year.
Okay, well, just playing devil's advocate here, and like, say, Supreme Court justices appointed for life. Some would say, well, there already are term limits. They're called elections.
Absolutely. And that's part of the conversation I had with Matt Mackowiak today. He said, you know, some might argue that President Biden was actually term limited because the voters had their say, and it was clear that he was not going to win that election. So, yeah, it's definitely an interesting thing that people, I think, across the country have thought about more and more as it appears as though our elected leaders are aging.
Yeah. All right. Certainly won't be the last time we'll be discussing that. Thank you, Teresa.